you so much for joining me on my program once again. I appreciate you wherever you're joining me from. I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Accept my greeting according to your time zone. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified each time I upload a video. You can be among the first to receive it. Then go to the comment section at all time. Leave your comment, drop your contribution. If you have suggestions, make it out there. If you have any criticism, put it down on the comment section. It will make us to get better, presenting you a better program.
What you were showing to the world was a video of the protest against the government policy. Not even in Biafra land, it was in Lagos. Warehouses were burned, banks were burned and destroyed. And today, you see them attaching that to Master Simone Ekpa. What does that got to do with Biafran struggle? What has that got to do with our spokesperson, Master Simone Ekpa? What has it got to do with him? The burning of banks today, the burning of houses, the protest, heavy protest you are seeing in the zoological public today in Nigeria. That protest you are seeing is because of the government policy. Because of the government Naira policy. That is why the whole place, people are protesting. People are crying. People are committing suicide. The Boko Haram military are opening fire on citizens who are protesting. That is why you have the chaos you have today. It has nothing to do with the Biafran people. It has nothing to do with our agitation. We are preparing our own ground, waiting for them on the right time for us to defend our boundary. Whatever the Biafrans are doing on their own side, the agitators, it is for self-defense, to defend themselves against the oppression. We are not protesting. We are not protesting anywhere, because each time we protest, what they do is that they open fire on us. We have stopped protesting long ago. The Biafran people have stopped protest long time ago. The only thing we do today that we have as our own democratic means of exercising our right is sit at home. Sit at home. That is the only thing we have in our hand that we are holding strong. Our own means of exercising our democratic right. And nobody can take that right from us. That is why I am telling you, as you are watching me today, do not allow anybody to take away that democratic right from you. Don't allow anybody to paint you the bad guy. If you are an agitator, you are a Biafran, you are the good guy. Working for the rest of them. Even those who hate you, you are working for them to save them. We are the good guys. Don't allow anybody to paint you black and make you feel as if you are the bad guy. You are not. You are not in any way the bad guy. The bad guys are there. They are the ones who is making the people suffer. Who is hiding the currency from people and making them see. They are the ones who are sending jets to bomb innocent citizens. They are the ones who go to the house by house and bomb people's properties and houses. They are the ones who go with the uniform and open fire on the civilians, unprovoked. But they can't turn around to begin to tell you stories to make sure they drive your mind away from that which is right. Every one of us must stand up for this very battle. This very media battle, the media battle, we must fight it and win it. That is why you must be on Twitter. Every Biafra must be on Twitter and follow Master Simone Ekpa. Go to Twitter after this program. If you don't have Twitter, go and open up Twitter. If you have Twitter, go and look for Simone Ekpa on Twitter. Simone Ekpa, Simone Ekpa. See it and then follow it continuously. Retweet every single tweet he tweets. Retweet it. Every tweet he retweet it. That's all you got to do. That is how we can be able to push our information forward so that the world will see the exact truth and facts on ground. They think that they can be able to chase us away by blackmail. They have failed, just like they have always been failing. They have failed. It is so sad. Most sad. Because some people, even people whom we are fighting for, people from our own area, are still part of those fighting against us. People whom we are standing for are people fighting against us. Very, very shameful that Ohaneze Ndohinandama will come out and begin to protest against their own son who is fighting for their right. Who is fighting on their behalf. Today you see the game that is playing everywhere. When we were telling them that the person they called the London boy is going nowhere, we told them that the London boy is going nowhere. They thought it was a joke. Today, you see what is happening. You see how every group is collapsing into APC. You see how every group is collapsing into APC. And when we told them, they didn't believe it. They didn't see it coming. Today it's happening. And finally, they said they're going to pass the judgment to Atiku case. Atiku case of 2019. Election Tribunal of 2019. The case between Atiku and Buhari, that it will be mentioned on the 13th. The verdict will be granted. Ask yourself, what if on the 13th now they grant a verdict and say that Atiku has won? What will you do? What if you wake up on the 23rd? You wake up on the 23rd and you hear that the court said that Atiku won the election in 2019 and he should be allowed to take his mandate. What will you do? What will you do? I am asking those of one Nigeria, those who are one Nigerians who are talking about the London boy, including those Biafrans who are talking about London boy. If you wake up on the 23rd, and you heard that Atiku Abubakar has won the case in tribunal about the election, and that he should be given his mandate, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? We cannot be deceived anymore. We have come a long way. Our Supreme Amazon Nandekana have done a great job and opened our eyes. And today, those of us who are the hardcore followers of Mazen Nandekano, not just a question of when you started following him or how you follow, people who are following the mandate of Mazen Nandekano, the ideology of Mazen Nandekano, you can't deceive us. You can't deceive us. Only once. If you do it only once and you can't do it again. That was what Mazen Nandekano asked in one of his videos that asked, how many times will something happen to you before you learn your lesson? How many times do you need to be deceived before you learn your lesson? Every smart Biafran has to take it. If you make a mistake, it's only once. After that, you will not be deceived anymore. And that is why, at this time that we're in, there is no amount of blackmail and propaganda that will change our decision. The Biafran people have taken a stance. And in that stance, they are going to pursue it to the last. Every Biafran in Biafran land, they have keyed in. 90% of Biafrans are ready and willing to go. And as it's happening today, the whole world is focused in Nigeria. They are watching to supervise the massive referendum in Biafra land, and it's going to happen. We have been conducting that referendum. Even Monday, last week, Monday, was another mighty referendum. You saw it. Nobody was enforcing anything anywhere. And you guys, have you now realized that since they started their election madness, they are no longer attacking people during straight at home? Their government planted or unknown government, those government or unknown government are no longer attacking people on the day of sit at home. Since they have focused on their election, they are no longer making the attack. But before, it was any time we want to hold our sit at home, they were attacking innocent people. They will take their life so that the world will begin to think as if it's IPOB that is doing it. But it has become evident and clear. Confessions have come that all those madness you have been seeing has nothing to do with IPOB. All those criminality you have been seeing has nothing to do with IPOB. It has always been the government, the zoological government, planning those evil against our people. It has always been their plan. But I bet you, they can no longer succeed. They will never. We have learned our lesson. And no amount of blackmail can stop us. The more you blackmail us, the more you give us reason to fight more. The more you push your propaganda, the more you are being exposed to the world. Today, our spokesperson, Master Simone, is still going to conduct another interview. Many other medias are calling on him to grant an interview. And I tell you, today, we are on the world stage. You can no longer push your propaganda against the Biafra people. Every single one you throw out, we will trash it. Any propaganda you bring against Biafra people, we will trash it. Those your lies can no longer fly. It has been for a very long time when you've been pushing lies against Biafran people, against innocent citizens, blackmailing citizens unnecessarily. You commit a crime, you focus on Biafrans and you say they're the one that committed it. We have been crying about the unknown gunmen, the people who are called unknown. We have been saying that these are security officers sponsored by the government. We say it again and again, that these people are sponsored by the government. But nobody seems to pay attention. Even the world that is today talking about Master, the international community that pretend not to see today, they are coming to ask Master a question. All those clowns asking Master a question, they were there. They were there when Muhammad Buhari attacked Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in his house. What did they say about it? That clown that was asking Mazi Ekpa that you have blood in your hand, was he not there? Was he not there when they went to the house of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and took the life of innocent people? 28 people, including Jack the dog. Is that not enough for an outcry? Is that not enough for people to fight back? They were there when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu lost his parents in the hand of the Zoological Republic. He buried his mother and his father the same day. Is that not enough for one to get angry? Is that not enough for one to fight back? You saw it on video where the military opened fire on the citizens and take their life. Is that not enough for people to protest? Every time they blackmail people, send propaganda against people, that is all they do in the Zoological Republic. A fraudulent country with a fraudulent foundation. You can never see anything right there. Everything is fraudulent. Recently, the video they brought as people as the unknown gunmen they shot. At the end of the day, we discovered that the people that they killed was not unknown gunmen. The people that they paraded, we are not talking about, even one of them was a security man. A security man was among those they paraded, and an Okada driver was among those they paraded. They paraded them there. And they say these are unknown gunmen. But eyewitnesses have come to testify that the very people they parade and show to the whole world that these people are unknown gunmen, they are not. They are not. Each time the government-sponsored unknown gunmen have come to do the operation, after doing the operation, then the police will now come and do the finishing touches. They will come now and begin to play their games around, begin to arrest innocent people. After the main people have done the operation and gone, they will now come and begin to take the life of innocent people to replace them. This is the game that has been happening in that contraption again and again and again. And that is why we can no longer continue with them. We cannot. We can no longer continue to legitimize that evil entity. We can't. We have come a long way. It is high time we walk away. To your tent, O Israel. We cannot continue to do the same thing over and over and over again, and you expect a different result. It will never happen. You can never get a different result. Everybody in that very contraption, every indigenous tribe should be thankful to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You need to be thankful to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and continue to pray for him. It was Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that made a remarkable thing and made sure that Mazi Simon Ekpa today has come on board. It was through him Mazi Simon Ekpa sprang up, the disciple of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and today he is holding that banner. You heard in that very interview when he told them that the supreme leader of IPOB remains the leader of the struggle, and he is loyal to him. He made it clear. When you watch that interview, you saw that in that interview, he was making a case for Biafra. He didn't have to discuss any other thing. He was focused and making case for Biafra. Unlike the criminal who is hiding on the keyboard, who called himself more powerless. Unlike the criminal called him more powerless, who was interviewed to make case for Biafra. Instead of him making a case for Biafra, he was busy talking about Mazi Simon Ekpa. Instead of him making a case for Biafra, he was busy talking about Mazi Simon Ekpa. Wasting the opportunity he should have used to clear his dirty ass. He missed it. But look at Mazi Simon Ekpa. On that very interview, not even on audio, picture to picture, see me and see you, sit and sit. He has all the opportunity there to begin to tarnish people's image. He has all the opportunity there to begin to call people out. But those are not necessary. He was focused on that which matters, which is the freedom of Biafran people. Strictly on our freedom. Even when he was called name, he was called this and called that, he never gambled, he never began to attack any Biafran. He never began to change his word and begin to talk about the relevant issue. He was sticking on the point. Speaking about those who are destroying the life of the Biafran people. And that is what somebody who cares about his own people is supposed to do. This is the same man they said he didn't care about Biafra. The same man he said that he's fighting for his own personal interest. They have accused him of different kinds of things. Initially they said that the government of Nigeria is sponsoring him. Today that same government that you said is sponsoring him is begging. They are crying foul everywhere. That wasn't enough. They came and said that Tinubu is sponsoring him. Who is Tinubu? From where? From which part? Who the hell is Tinubu? To sponsor Mazda based on what? Of what, which interest is it going to be for him? Of which interest? And finally, today, the truth is out. And yet, the media is fighting so hard to paint us the bad guys. The media is fighting so hard, using all manner of strategies to paint those of us who are asking for the genuine right of the people as the bad guys. But I have a news for you. The news I have for you is that we are the good guys. If you are an autopiloted member, if you're a member of autopiloted IPOB under the spokesmanship of Mazi Simon Ekpa and on the leadership of Mazi Nandekano, you should be proud of yourself. You are the good guy trying to save their ass. You are the good guy trying to save every indigenous person in that contraption. Continue to hold strong in what you are doing. Continue to do what you are doing. Continue to pursue that lane which you are pursuing. Don't get distracted. I have said it time and time again, even before I saw the memo that Mazi Nandekano wrote, that Mazi Nandekano is in line with everything we do. When Mazi Simon Ekpa said that I go to the heart of Mazi Nandekano to bring a message, it wasn't a joke. That is real. He was doing it even before Mazi Nandekano was kidnapped. He connected to the heart of Mazi Nandekano even before he was kidnapped. That is why today, every single word he speaks, you must take it serious. Every single statement Mazi Simon Ekpa made, take it serious. It is divine. You saw in that memo, Mazi Nandekano warned that nobody should counter whatever Mazi Simon Ekpa is doing. Don't say a word. Don't attack him. Do not utter a word in anything that Mazi Simon Ekpa is doing. An order was issued by our Supreme Mazi Nandekano. And yet, who obeyed? They never obeyed it. They didn't obey it. They choose the other way around. They continue to attack him. But because he's also a chosen person, he is chosen. He doesn't care. Their blackmail is falling on a flat ground. Their blackmail doesn't hold water. No matter how they try to do it, their propaganda, their blackmail, sending all manner of information, wrong information against him, it cannot hold water. You better stop trying. You better stop trying because you cannot succeed. Our spokesperson, Mazi Simon Ekpa, is genuine and he's fighting the right cause. And Biafran people are behind him. Biafran people are behind him. And there is nothing any man can do about that. It doesn't matter whether you agree or you don't agree. We have crossed the Rubicon and there's no going back. As it stands today, we are already in the land of no return. Mazi Nandekano warned that when the Biafran army will come out, all hell will break loose. And as soon as army is raised, we can never bring it down. He raised the dragon flag and he said that the dragon flag will never go down until Biafra comes. Today, here are we. Here are we today. Don't get distracted. Do not allow anybody to blackmail you. Don't allow anybody to try to tell you otherwise. Continue to stand on our general agreement. The Biafran people all over the world have agreed Together they have agreed. They've agreed that they are going to demonstrate their own political right. That is the agreement of the Biafran people. The Biafran people said that they are going to demonstrate their own political right in their own way. They will demonstrate their own political right in their own way. And let me tell you, political rights are in different dimensions. Voting for election is a political right. Not voting also is a political right. We are going to activate every single right that we have as a human being. And that is why we have also activated fully self-defense. It's a human right that cannot be denied. Self-defense. We must protect our land. We must defend ourselves against the terrorists, against the terrorist nation, against the country that is killing his own people. We will defend ourselves. We will not leave any stone unturned. Biafra land will defend them. We will defend it until Biafra comes. There's no amount of blackmail that you present that will make us say, okay, maybe we are not fighting anymore. No. The more you come with your blackmail, the more you give us reason to fight more. I bet you. The more you continue to come with your blackmails and propaganda, the more you give us reasons to continue to fight until our freedom comes. Today, we are counting hours. We are counting hours into the D-Day. And every Biafra must pay attention. If you don't have anything responsible to do, sit in your home. Just sit in your home and stay safe. That is the only way to go today. We are not calling you to come and take arms. We are not calling you to come and take placard and begin to walk around. All we are asking is that you should stay where you are. Just leave the road for those whose responsibility is to protect you. Some people have already given their life to protect you. Yes. Some Biafrans have already they have donated their own life to save yours. All you got to do is to give space. Don't put yourself in harm's way. Allow the right people to continue to take action and do the needful. That is the way to go. And as long as we allow them to continue to do that which is right, let me tell you, nobody can stop the coming of Biafra. Nobody can stop the coming of Biafra. It is clear and very, very clear that we are going home. The Biafrans are leaving. We are going to exit. Whether they like it, whether they don't like it. If they want it peacefully, fine. If they don't want it peacefully, we are going to exit. We will exit. And you heard our spokesperson Simone say it in the interview. He didn't miss what he said. That the Biafran people will not participate in election. That is their decision. And it is their democratic right to express. They want to demonstrate their own democratic rights in their own way. So don't come to us with that garbage of your obstructing democracy. There's nothing like obstructing democracy in Nigeria. Because in Nigeria itself, there has never ever been democracy. So anybody who is in that language of you are obstructing democracy in Nigeria doesn't know what he or she is saying. It's either you are just born or you flew from another planet. Because if you know the story of Nigeria and how